G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I have got my new Quartz live edge trinket tray mold to try out today, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I thought I might do like a amethyst inspired edge, which is lower. These little crystals here are lower down, so when you unmold, they kind of stick up. So you've got these quartz crystal type encrusted around the edge, which are higher than the center. You'll see, you'll see. So anyway, first thing I want to do is just pour some dark purple in the little crystals there. So this is the darkest purple I've got. It's dark indigo by Resin. So I'm just going to do 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do 4. And then I'm going to add a drop of black just to, whoa, black goes everywhere. So that's the thing, when you shake it, it gets bubbles, and then you open the little nozzle and it all comes out. So let's just do 1 black. Whoops, 1 black. Oh, there we go. And see how that goes. This is an acrylic ink by Holbein. So that's those. So what I want to do is I'm going to obviously mix the color in. So we get nice dark amethyst purpley color. And then I'm going to put it in my little vacuum chamber just to get the bubbles out, because I don't want any bubbles caught in the in those little crystal edges there. It is a very thin resin. I'm using Resin's Pros Transparente. Transparent? See, it's got an E on the end, which makes me think transparente. If it was transparent, it would just have a T on the end. But anyway, it's a very thin resin. So let's have a look at what the color's going to be, because it's a little bit difficult to tell. I think that'll be nice. I think that's a nice sort of darkish purple, isn't it? Maybe I can add, oh gosh, I'm going to add another drop of purple, and I'm going to do half drop of black. And how do you do half black, you ask? Well, I'm going to pour it over my toothpick. So most of it falls out, and then I just keep a little bit and wipe and just use what was on the toothpick. That's how I do a half a drop. Okay, let's see how that goes. So yeah, if you don't have a vacuum chamber, you could use the Resiner's Airless, which also works great. Better for thin resins though. I wouldn't be putting a high viscosity, a thick resin. I wouldn't be putting a thick resin in it. Just your thin resin, be great for crystals and things like that. Little intricate molds. And then I'm going to come and pour, because I can see there's bubbles in there and I don't want any bubbles. So let's have a look at this color now, see if that's better. Yes, that looks nice, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to pop that in the machine for a few minutes, and then I will come back to you and tell you what I'm going to do next. There we go, all done. Only took a few minutes. So I'm going to just pour some into my little cup here, carefully, so I don't make more bubbles. And I am just going to drizzle here. So I drizzle this like this, all the way around, and then whatever gets sort of trapped in those crystals can stay. Once this is cured enough for me to do my next layer, it doesn't have to be totally cured, but just cured enough for me to do my next layer, so that it's not going to be really runny and then run out of all these little crystal edges. I'm going to mix up some of the Resin 4-hour fast cure resin, the one I use for my blooms, and then I'm going to do a bloom in it. And I'm also, instead of, like, I probably will put a little bit of color in, like drop some color on top like I normally do for my blooms, but I'm going to try and just actually tint very lightly the resin that I'm going to use with some pink, and then do my bloom on pink resin, because I don't think I've ever done that before. I think I've always used clear resin and then just added, you know, a few drops of alcohol ink on the surface and then did my, go away fly, and then, you know, did my bloom over that. But today I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try and tint my actual resin that I'm going to pour the bloom onto, if that makes sense. Alright, I think we've kind of got most of these little crystally edges. Kind of wanted to have a few pink ones as well, but now I've got carried away and I'm doing all purple. But I think these higher ones, the purple will kind of drip down anyway, and then they'll be empty, no doubt. It looks cool, doesn't it? A little bit more just around here. And I have no idea if this is going to even work, if it's going to look nice. I just don't know. I've never used this mold before. It will be a first time for both of us. Well, all of us. Well, hopefully there's more than just one person watching for both of us. Okay, that should do. Should that do? That should do. Try and get in there. Go over the edge. Over the edge. There we go. Over the edge. You can go over the edge as well. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a really pretty mold. Hopefully it'll be a popular mold, the one that you're going to like using. So basically that's it. I'm not going to torch it because obviously there's way too much silicone very close to the surface, so we don't want to be torching. We'll ruin the mold and fuse the resin to it. If you can see a bubble, I can't see any, but if you can just sort of pick it out with a toothpick, as long as you don't scratch your mold, or a little silicone brush. So anyway, that's all I'm doing now. Like I said, once it's cured enough, like maybe touch dry, we'll come and do a bloom with some pink. Hopefully this peach will be all right. There's really not much in the way of pinks. There's really not. And I've got a tiny bit of purple left, so I'll make a puffy heart out of that. All right, see you in a few hours. Okay, so I ended up leaving this overnight. I had to use my bench for something else, so I ended up leaving it overnight. Now, I've mixed up some Let's Resin Fast Cure. It's a 4-hour. It's a really thick, like honey resin. I did 125 grams of A, 115 grams of B, and that's in that one. I've put 30 grams in here, and I'm going to add my Bloom white pigment paste. So I've got 30 grams. Now, if you wanted quite sort of transparent, wispier kind of petals, you would just do 1 drop of Bloom per 10 grams. So, whoops, 1, 2, 3, and I just want to get, whoops, I think I've closed it. There was something in there, I just closed it. But 4, okay, there we go. So depending on, and you just close that again, depending on how white you want your petals, like how opaque you want them, you can either use 1 drop per 10 grams. So 1 ounce is 30 grams, so you could do 3 drops. But if you wanted a little bit sort of more opaque, you could just do 4 drops, and I've done 4 drops. Well, the first one was quite big. Oh, I might put a little bit more resin in there. There we go. See how it looks. Okay, so that's the white. Now I want a really, really pale, sort of a pink, maybe slight purple. I'm going to go with these two. They are Deco Rom, peach and lavender. They're not very highly pigmented, and that's what I want. I'm just going to put 1 drop of the pink and 1 drop of the lavender, and we'll just see how they look. I want it really pale, so you can't really see it. Now the Let's Resin resin has a very, very slight blue hue to it. It's not totally clear, and that's just to combat any yellowing that you may have. in your resin at later dates. All right, let's go one more pink. Because you know how resin yellows over time. All resins do. Even though they say UV protected, I've found that they all do, especially if they're in front of a window. You're getting that natural light coming in. I think I'm going to need another pink. Just want to go slowly. I don't want it dark at all. And then once I've done this, I'm going to pop it in my vacuum chamber. Just for 5 minutes while I get myself sorted. Well, not even 5 minutes. How's that looking? I just don't want to overdo it. That'll do. That'll do. I'd rather have it. Less is more. Less is more. Right, I'm going to put these two in my vacuum chamber, and then I'll come out and we're going to pipe some petals. Right, that looks very lovely and clear. I've got my white in here. Now, I didn't wait or take the resin's temperature. I stirred my resin for 4 minutes, and then I started my video again. Pop the colour in, put it in the chamber for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, however long that took. You don't have to use a chamber, by all means. You know, when I started resin, I didn't. But, you know, I've got it, so I just use it. Now, there's really not many bubbles in there at all. You probably don't even need to, really. It's just that most of these little crystally edges have been filled up with the purple anyway, so they're not going to get bubbles in them. It's just that's where I push the last of the resin out. It's just that sometimes I get these weird petals if I have bubbles. Hopefully you know what I mean. Spoken about them in previous videos. Okay, so there we've got this gorgeous pale pink. Now I'm going to do 3 flowers, one in the middle, one on each end. So I'm going to use a little drop of the lavender. Again, I don't want it to be too bright. Oh, it's thundering. It's thundering and lightning. There's a big cyclone up north again, North Queensland. So I think we're just getting the tail end of it. A little bit of rain, a bit of thunder. Okay, now just wait until your alcohol ink has stopped moving before you put your before you do your petals. Otherwise, if it keeps moving, it really can disrupt the shape of your petals, and you'll wonder why, like, it's all been pushed over to one side, or it's got a big hole in the center of your, like in one of the petals. So just wait until it's stopped moving before you pipe. Normally I would put my ink down and then mix my white, but I wanted to put the white in the chamber with the pink colour, so I just did it all at once. Alright, now I'm going to snip off about that much. I'll just do it down here so it doesn't fall into the resin. About that. It's about 3 or 4 millimeters across. Just check it like that, make sure you're happy with the size of the little worm that comes out. You can always make it a bit bigger. Can't make it smaller. Okay, here we go, you guys. I'm going to start my little spirals. Not sure how many I can get in there because I need to get 3 done. Okay. Oh, it's raining, it's pouring. My little piping lines are quite thick. Hopefully it'll be all right. Okay, now because the middle one is wider, I am going to just put another couple of rows like so. All right, so I've got plenty left, didn't need all that, although I did end up having too much, didn't I? Now you can see already that, see how the alcohol is affecting the white? It's kind of breaking it up. It should be fine, it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just going to smooth off my little blobby ends there. Now I am going to just sit this and come back to it in about 10 minutes and pull through my petals and do my swirl. Okay, I just think it holds the shape a little bit better. So yeah, I'll put you on pause and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Righto, it has been 10 minutes and you can see how it has bloomed beautifully. Now I just have to try and decide what I want to do with the petals. I do want to have some kind of petally shape. I don't think I want to pull out because it makes points. I'm just going to pull in. All right, here we go. Let's just do that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I don't think this one's, I don't think you're going to see much on the sides there because they're kind of all joined up. Do the same with this one. There, 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 there. Okay. And the next one. Okay. Still quite runny. I probably could have left it another 5 minutes, but I wanted to still be able to move a little bit afterwards. Now my purple's gone all the way down here, so this is the thing. Do I swirl where the purple is or try and just swirl in the middle? I think I'm going to kind of I'm just going to do that. Just like that. Try and incorporate the purple a little bit into the middle, but I don't think it's going to want to play the game. And then this one, we'll just do a little swirl in the center. Kind of got little yin-yang things happening there, haven't we? So we'll see how that looks. Not sure how that's going to work out, but anyway, it's looking pretty at the moment. Okay, torch it. I'll bring you down for a quick little close-up, and then I'm going to put my food net over it and just leave it. Now, it hasn't filled all the way, so you can see there, I've still got some room. So once this is cured, I'll come back again and I'll just put a clear coat on just to fill it up. I won't bother filming it. It's just self-explanatory. Might put 1 drop of the pink in, so you can kind of get a little bit of pink, but not much. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. Blooming beautifully. That purple looks a bit blue through the screen, doesn't it? It is purple. Well, it's violet, which is, you know, a bluey purple, I guess. All right. I will see you guys at unmolding time. Okay, the time has come. It has cured. Look, matches my nails. Still a tiny bit soft on the very edges here. If I push my nail in, it leaves a little dent, but I'm too excited to wait any longer. So I will just pop it onto a piece of plastic when I flip it over, just so that it doesn't leave any marks or stick to my bench. All right, it's looking very pink. I just hope that you can still see you know, the petals through all that pink. I mean, it was what, 3 drops? It wasn't a lot, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. Oh, it makes lots of crunching noises, and because I didn't fill it up all the way to the top, there's a little bit there that hasn't attached. I hope it is cured properly on the other side. Gosh. Okay, here we go. I think I've loosened it all the way. Okay, are we ready? Let me get this out. Oh, there we go. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Just that little tiny bit there that I have to pick out. Yeah, if I'd filled it up a little bit more, and it's a bit soft. Look at that. All right. It's a big mold, you guys. It's thick, it's chunky, it's heavy. So, not the cheapest mold, but it is gorgeous. Stunning, if I do say so myself. Okay, are we ready? Let's have a little look. See what the bloom looks like. See what the crystals look like. I hope it's going to be pretty. Yes! It's gorgeous, you guys, look at that. So my white has taken on the pink and it's gone pink, which is fine. And then I got a tiny bit of purple. Purple kind of got lost on this side. Look at that. Okay, now look at the crystals. Look at the crystals. Do you like that? Let me know what you think of this mold. Wow. Does that look like amethyst along the edge there? Does that look like amethyst? I should put it down onto a piece of black or something so you're not seeing my hand through there. Let me just tip it onto its side. Hopefully you can see. See how these are, see how those are raised? Don't look at my nails. I have to do my nails again. It's a lot of upkeep, you guys. Trying to have nice nails. Oh, and then I wipe, you know, I wipe my hands to get the, just to clean them with alcohol. And then of course the nail polish comes off. Right, let me go and get a little piece of black for you. I did want a clear background. You just wanted a very pale pink. But let's just see what it looks like with a piece of black card under it. There you go. How's that? Not too bad with the bubbles, is it? Got a couple of tiny little ones on the edges there, but not too bad at all. Now I will have to go and I'll take it outside. Oh, maybe not outside because it's clear. It's just going to be so reflective. Get off my little box that I was standing on. Get off my soapbox. There we go. I'll see if I can show you a little bit more. I know the ring lights and things are a bit annoying, but what can you do? Look at this. It looks as if it's glowing, doesn't it? Because you can see the pink underneath, these little dark tips, like the amethyst tips, and then you can see those lighter little pink areas below. I think it's gorgeous. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I the only one that thinks it's gorgeous? Oh, goes with the ring lights, my gosh. All right, let's go in and have a look at the blooms. Blooms bloomed gorgeous. I don't know whether it needs anything in the middle. It's just a little swirl in the middle there. Probably could have done with a little bit more purple, but I didn't want it to be too purple, you know, because the purple's on the outside. So there we go. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me know what you think of it. So that's about how raised. I'll see if I can show it to you. See if I can show you the raised edge there at the back. I don't know if I can. This bit here, see how this is raised? So it's a little, you can use it as a little trinket tray. You can put your jewelry on it. You can put your perfumes and things on it, or just display it on a plate stand. Pop it at the front door, put your keys on it. Anything. Oh, I can't stop looking at it. I love it. All right, you guys let me know what you think of it. The bloom as well as the mold. Does it look like amethyst? All right. I will link the mold for you down below if you would like one. Yeah, and I've got some other shapes. I've got a geode shape and a heart shape as well in this quartz crystal raised edge, so you can check them all out. All right, I better go. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video. Hopefully you like my bloom and my trinket tray, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. Take care, guys. Bye for now.